Hello, I'm Keith Mack, and the title of my capstone report is Evaluating the Caltrans Project Engineer Academy, Insights on Relevance and Retention. I currently manage the Academy, and I wanted assurance that we were covering the right information in a way that PEs will remember it once back at their desks. I focus on the two evaluation questions you see here. First, how well does a PEA curriculum align with the project engineer performance needs and challenges identified in Caltrans offices throughout the state? The method I used to answer this question were interviews with supervisors of project engineers. I believe that first-line supervisors will be the best source of information about what information PEs need and where they are currently struggling. I interviewed 6 supervisors from offices all over the state. Secondly, to what extent does the course format incorporate best practices for adult learning, as defined by contemporary educational standards and research? The method I used to answer this question was a document review of literature on adult learning. I chose to focus on the most recent studies and texts I could find that were either peer-reviewed or had strong support within the training community. And then here's a quick rundown of the results. For the first question, related to how well the content aligns with the needs and challenges of PEs, the results were encouraging. Communication is already the centerpiece topic of the entire academy. We spent half of the first day on the topic, and most subject matter experts emphasize the importance of communication throughout the entire event. The other top 2 recurring themes were keeping track of records throughout the lengthy and often multiple years-long design process, and knowing where to find guidance and support in a timely manner. We do touch on those items, but not as thoroughly as we could. I'll talk more about that on the next slide. Regarding the second question, about how well the PEA incorporates best practices for adult learning outcomes, I was less reassured by those results. Most of our presenters are subject matter experts and tend to default to pure lectures on their specialty topic simply because they know a lot about it and they don't really know a lot about how to convey that information. According to my research, this is one of the least effective ways, lectures, that people learn and retain information. Instead, there should be interaction with the content, and low-stakes testing on the lessons later will help solidify the lesson in students' memories. Asking students to engage with the topic and solve problems in advance of being given solutions is particularly effective in helping learners retain information long-term. And then recommendations as a result of the research. First, I want to ensure subject matter experts for the 2 major design phase segments, the project report and the plan specification and estimates phases. They incorporate records management advice in more detail into their presentations. Next, I want to develop a resource list broken down by academy subjects to help PEs navigate the wide variety of guidance needed throughout the lengthy project development process. And then we want to share lessons about the advantages of interaction with presenters and assist them in shifting away from pure lectures and towards interactive learning, such as mixing and questioning with their lecture content. And then after the first day, briefly start class by quizzing students on key points from the previous day. And if we do that, by forcing them to make an effort to recall the information, the idea is that it will be easier for them to recall later on when they need it at their regular jobs. And lastly, as requested during our interviews, maintain the heavy emphasis on communication. Thank you.